Succession planning is really the process of recruiting superior employees or identifying some internal talent, then developing their skills so they can grow hopefully in a leadership position, whether that be within the department or outside the department. Also, too, by having a succession plan, it also fosters a culture of viewing employees as a valuable resource by enabling the employee, in this case Sally, to take ownership of his or her own individual development with a strong management support. So I believe that you start succession planning the first day that an employee comes in, and that can take place in the onboarding process.
Pat, what are your thoughts on harnessing senior worker experience and I love this one, developing your deputies?
So my theory on succession planning is if you don't have someone who can step into a role when, and it doesn't have to be a senior role, but you should be especially prepared to prepare those senior roles. So you should always be thinking about succession planning, and if you don't have a succession plan, if you can't move people up in the organization, then you've done a poor job of hiring and developing your staff. So we try whenever possible to fill positions with people inside the office. Now that's not always practical or feasible, but that's sort of, you have to show the staff who are successful and loyal that you are not always going to bring in somebody from the outside when there's an opening, because that'll cause people to leave. And succession planning is challenging in the greater Boston area because we have so many institutions competing for research administrators in a small geographic area. But again, it goes to identifying the people, as Rosie said, who are talented, and then preparing them to take that next step. And preparing can be involvement in Cura, it can be involvement with things on the campus, getting them to be on committees, but always thinking about how you're going to prepare that person for their next step, and also from the manager's perspective, who in this organization might be capable of taking on greater responsibilities when one of my senior people leave. And Dan mentioned that many people are planning for retirement in our generation, and hopefully we've all got people in place who can succeed us when the time comes. But it's always incumbent on the manager to think about, because turnover, employees leaving, that's an inevitability in the field we're in. So you're always planning.